What's up, everyone? It's Jonathan, Bay Area Throwbacks, and as you can tell by the title of the video, I got 4 baseballs this Mother's Day weekend. Now, they're not Major League Baseballs, but they are minor league baseballs. I know it's easier to get baseballs at minor league games. Still fun, though. If you're going to leave negative comments that I'm an adult trying to get baseballs at a game or that you've got 50 baseballs at a game before, then, you can leave them. It helps the algorithm. It's cool, but whatever. Anyways, doesn't bother me. So, it's Mother's Day weekend. It's wrapping up. It's Sunday night. I went back home to the Bay Area to get the Bryce Eldridge bobblehead that they gave out at the San Jose Giants game. And it just worked out that it was Mother's Day weekend, so I was able to take my mom out too. So, there you go. So I got 4 baseballs this weekend. I went to 2 games. 2 minor league games, San Jose Giants yesterday, which was Saturday, for the Bryce Eldridge bobblehead. And then I went today, Sunday, to the Visalia Rawhides game, which is the Diamondback single A team, low A team. Never been to that stadium, so yeah, I wanted to check it out. It's, about halfway on the way home from the Bay to where I live in Southern California. So I went to Fresno last time to the Grizzlies, so this time I decided to check out Visalia. So let's get into it. So the first baseball I got was at the San Jose Giants game. I got 1 at that game and 3 at the game today in Visalia. So the San Jose Giants won. There you go. Now, if you've never seen a minor league baseball, it just says official. Let me get this right. Official minor league baseball right there instead of Major League Baseball. It still has Manfred's signature there, and then you got the minor league logo opposed to the Major League logo. So there you go. I just realized something. Okay, cool. I'll point that out. So anyways, this is the new logo. They used to have the Jackie Robinson logo for a long time, and then it's either last year or this year they changed it to basically the Major League logo just with the 4 stars for the 4 levels of the minor leagues. But anyways, I've got 2 balls before, which was earlier this year. When it comes to the minor leagues, I've got 5 Major League Baseballs all time. And those were at Rancho Cucamonga, both from San Jose Giants players. But anyways, so for this one, I was there before the game. Got there early, obviously, for the bobblehead. And then I was sitting behind the San Jose Giants dugout, which was on the first base side for them. And first baseman Jacob Christian, he's a baller. I saw him hit a home run earlier this year at Rancho Cucamonga. So I think as of now he's hitting like over 280 with some bombs. First baseman, listed as an outfielder, but I've seen him play first both games I've been to this year. So anyways, to end the first inning, ground out, he's the first baseman, so he tossed it in the crowd. There was no one behind me for like 2 rows. The ball went into an empty seat and started rolling, but a kid was running after it. I like to get baseballs, but I'm not gonna take it away from a kid necessarily. If it bounces everywhere and it lands in front of me, it's mine. Or if it comes at me and I can catch it, I'll jump up. But I saw him running, so my thing was, hey, if it gets out of his reach and gets to me, it's mine. If not, I'll let him get it. So he ended up getting it. It's all good. So next inning, his warm-up baseball where, first baseman throwing grounders to the infielders that thrown it to him. Looked like he was about to throw it in the dugout, but then I was just up, like I stood up, like, trying to just get attention. So he looked at me for a second, tossed it up, and tossed it right at me and caught it. There you go. So, by the way, I don't wear baseball. I don't wear a glove to games. Nothing against adults who do, but just for me, I'm good off that. So I got to try to do everything bare hands. So there you go. So that was my 1 ball I got at the San Jose Giants game. And then today I went to the Visalia Rawhides game, and small stadium. I've seen a video about it before, and it was small. There's only so much like seating area where it comes to like stadium seats, but there's a lot of area to hang out. So I got there before the game. I was there early. Got there about 45 minutes early. I saw some baseballs laid out on the first base side, which is where the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes, who they play today, which is the Dodgers single A team. There were some baseballs there, but no one was really out there. So I went over to the other side and I saw just one player from the Rawhide hanging out and ended up being the starting pitcher. Number 21, Grayson Hitt. So he was out there just by himself, like just doing some jogging, getting warmed up for his start. And there was one ball just laid out in center field. So I kind of just stood there. I was the only one in the area right there. And in the minor leagues, you can get pretty close to the players. So I was right there. And when he kind of went out there, he kind of like looked at the ball, and I kind of just, gave him the universal, like, hey, like, can you give me the ball, please, or whatever. So he's, nodded, he grabbed it. And then when he jogged back, he tossed it to me. So I said thank you, and that was cool of him. So this is the one I got from him. Now, this one also has the current minor league logo, more faded. A lot of the minor league balls I've noticed, the ones that they use for BP and stuff, I mean, major leagues too, they'll be more, obviously more use because they're not going to use them in the games. But in the minor leagues, they're really a lot of times beat up. So, but it's cool though. So, it's probably at some point was used in the game, most likely, and it's been used a lot. So he tossed me this one. And there's a big mark right there. I wanted to zoom in on, there you go. There's a big mark. So there you go. So Grayson hit. He didn't end up pitching so well. So I was rooting for him since he tossed me the ball before the game and just seemed super nice. So unfortunately, he didn't pitch so well. So it is what it is. Hopefully, I am recording the players in the minor leagues who toss me baseballs because if they make it one day, it'll be cool to say I got one from them in single A or whatever league I get it from. All right, second ball. So later in the game. So throughout the game, I was just moving around. It's the minor leagues. So you can kind of just move around the stadium as you please, especially when it comes to like low A, It's not as much. They're not really checking tickets as much. And there's not as many people, so you can just move around. So I went over to the right field side, and there was just like a little section right there close to the right fielder. No one was sitting there. I just sat there by myself. And as the center fielder and right fielder were warming up, I just was waiting for them to finish up. And I said, I was like, hey, number 4, because it was number 4. And I ended up looking up his name, and his name is Abdias de la Cruz. So that was the player in right field. So when I said, hey, number 4, when he was done, he looked over at me, and then he threw it. Now, he did throw it, not as much of a lob. It was a decent distance, so I feel he wanted to put a little something on it. So he did. I'm not going to say he threw it as hard as, but he did throw it on a good line, and I bare hand caught it, and I said thank you, and he gave me like a little nod or whatever. So this one, though, is cool because this one has the old minor league logo. So you can barely see it, but it's the old Jackie Robinson logo. And this one's super faded. So there you go. So it kind of sucks. I wish this one wasn't as faded so I could have the Jackie logo. I have the other 2 balls I got from a few weeks ago in Rancho Cucamonga. So yeah, I'm looking right now. I have them, and they actually also have the old school or the new logo actually. So this is my only one with the old school logo. So this ball's been through a lot. Then it's been around for a while, which is probably why it's so faded. So that was cool. It's fun to catch a bare hand too, just to do it. So there you go. So that's my second ball of the day. That was a warm up ball. In between innings, I don't know what inning, but closer to the, I don't know, maybe 6th inning or something. And then the last ball I got, okay, so this one maybe broke a little rule here, but I'm not going to give everything away because I don't want to mess it up for future fans. But there was a spot at the stadium where you'll just see a bunch of baseballs in, if you ever watch batting practice, they'll have the balls in a, it's like it has wheels. It's a basket. It's a basket on wheels, basically, right? You move it, and the whoever's throwing BP, they're just grabbing them out of there, and there's 100 baseballs in there. There was an area where you could stand near the. I'm not even gonna say all that. There's an area you could stand near where the only people in that area is one of the bullpens, and there's an area that I'm pretty sure is. I mean, I'm positive it's only for players, but since it's the minor leagues, it's not really locked. You can kind of just walk right next to it. The area to get to it was blocked by like a table, a fold-up table, and it wasn't fully blocking the way to walk down the 2 steps to go right there. So I kind of stood there and I was looking at it. I wanted to grab a baseball earlier from the basket, but I was like, I'm not gonna do it. Plus, I got one earlier, so I was like, I don't need to do all that. But when I was on one of the sides, I saw a foul ball go in that area. I kind of saw a kid run toward it and then just kind of went away. So from there, I realized, I could tell it's like he didn't get it. So it must have been where you're not supposed to go. So I walked over and I looked near the end of the game, bottom of the 9th. And I saw one ball there, brand new, clean one. So I know it was a game ball. It wasn't something they used in BP or to practice with. So over there. So I was like, that had to be the foul ball. And it was on the floor. The only one on the floor that wasn't in the basket. It wasn't there before when I was hanging out in that area. So I waited. I kind of went past the table and down the 2 steps. No one says anything. No workers. Only people there are some of the players, and they're not taking. I mean, they're not really security. They could trip, I guess, if they want, but you know, it is what it is. So I went down there and I'm kind of just hanging out there waiting. No one's saying anything. So when it gets to 2 outs, I just lift up the handle, leave the handle open, just let it be. And then once the last out goes out, I just open it real quick, walk in, I grab this, and then walk back out, close it, and just keep walking, you know, somewhere else to the stadium, walk around. So I ended up getting what I'm pretty 99% positive was the foul ball that I saw. And it is, this is like my only minor league baseball that is, like this clean. I've had Major League Baseballs and like BP that you'll get that are like this clean. But for the minor leagues, no, you only really see that from what I'm seeing from what I've seen from the actual game balls that were used at that moment in the game. Not, every BP ball usually was a game ball at one point, but you know what I mean. So I got me a nice clean minor league ball, foul ball. Of course, the newer logo because it was used today. Its life started today and ended at my house. There you go. And what I noticed is I don't think the Major League balls have this. I can look, but I don't feel like taking them out. It says the country of origin, so made in China. Whereas I don't think the Major League balls have that on it. I don't think, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't feel like checking. So anyways, there you go. So it's kind of fun to get this nice pearl, as we call them in baseball. When you get a nice, almost brand new one. There you go. So, yep. So this one was cool. Like I said, kind of stole it, but I mean, if there was a player there hanging out, he probably would have tossed it up to one of us anyway. So it was up for grabs in a way. So it is what it is. But anyway, so I ended up with 3 balls today, 3 baseballs, and 1 yesterday. The one yesterday is going to mean the most just because it was actual at the San Jose Giants, whereas this was 2 teams. It was the Diamondbacks and the Dodgers low A team. So not as, meaningful to me, but it's just fun to get them. So like I said, it's just fun to do. I've got a ball before and gave it to a kid because it was in both of our hand. In the moment, you don't know whose it is, so you just take it and you look. It's a little girl, and I gave it to her. So, but it still counts because I had it in my hand. So, on my own. But anyways, so like I said, it's fun. I should be at a lot of Giants games this year, so I'm San Francisco Giants, so I'm planning to try to get more. I got one in my only home game, San Francisco Giants, so I did get a BP ball there, so I'm going to keep trying to get more and, maybe share the stories how I got them. So there you go. All right, if you liked the video, thumbs up. If you didn't, it's all good. Subscribe if you're not already. That's it. And if you're at a baseball game, good luck. If you're someone who likes to try to get baseballs, there you go. Have a good day. Peace.